CelticsFamiliar struggles plague Cs in Los vs. NetsCelticsThe Boston Celtics and the Brooklyn Nets were both noticeably shorthanded in their game on Friday night. Both teams were missing two of their top three players, and the Celtics were also without a third starter, while the Nets were without a few key bench pieces. The game was going to come down to which team could play cleaner basketball and which team's role players could step up. That turned out to be Brooklyn. The Nets saw 5 players score in double figures, and their lone remaining star, Kyrie Irving, actually finished third in scoring with 15 points. Joe Harris, 20, and Jeff Green, 19, both outpaced the All-Star point guard. Meanwhile, the Celtics had just 3 players total double-figure points. Jayson Tatum, Payton Pritchard, and Marcus Smart combined to score 79 of the Celtics' 104 points. The rest of the Celtics had just 25 points and shot significantly worse than their counterparts. That included an 0 of 7 night for Evan Fournier as he returned from the NBA's health and safety protocols. Hot, and notTatum, Brown, Smart FG% vs. NetsThough the Celtics fought hard to close the gap between them and the Nets late. They didn't have near enough firepower to get the job done. Here are 3 observations from the game that dropped the Cs to 32-28 on the year. Jayson Tatum provided the offense the Celtics needed him to after back-to-back outings where Tatum shot 3 of 17 from the field. He came back to life against the Nets. With Jaylen Brown and Kemba Walker sidelined, Tatum helped to carry Boston's offense. He put up 38 points on 14 of 27 shooting and 6 of 12 shooting from behind the arc. He came out of the gate quickly and continued to score well throughout the game to give the Cs a fighting chance. In the first half, Tatum made 5 3-point shots and scored 9 quick points to help the Cs build an early lead. It seemed like everything he was shooting was on target, and he was doing a great job taking advantage of a matchup with Blake Griffin. As the game wore on a bit, Tatum's pace dropped off a bit, but he still notched a double-double, 38 points, 10 rebounds, for the 7th time in his last 9 games. He carried the load and provided the offense the team needed to compete with the Nets. Sure, he needs to clean up his turnovers. He had 5 during the game. And down the stretch, he missed a couple of key free throws, which have, at times, been an Achilles heel for the Celtics this year. But Tatum also played a team-high 39 minutes, 9 more than any other Celtic, and notched his 4th highest point total of the season. It's hard to ask much more of him than that. Rookies Payton Pritchard, Pritchard Nesmith fill key roles on a night where the Celtics needed some of their bench players to step up. Pritchard and Nesmith delivered for the team. Pritchard's contributions were a bit more obvious.